Hello crochet friends, welcome back. We're working on our mitten, and last time we finished up our nice little thumb. We've got the top all done. We're just going to secure that up later on. We had been using the 5.5. We're going to switch to the 5. So we're going to grab our 5mm crochet hook, and we are going to change our color. So I am starting with the white because my other cuff, as you saw, was white, and I like the white. I think it's pretty. So I think it's a nice contrast on the hot pink here. So we're going to start with making a loop, and we're going to drop our working tail behind. We're going to enter with our hook and pull that up on the shank of our hook because we want to get our white attached to our mitten. Okay, so I kind of turned mine on its end, so I have the part that I'm working on in front of me. If you want to secure this in, it's probably a good idea. Secure this little tail from the very beginning when we first started. Remember, it was chains, and we had this nice little tail at the very beginning. I'm just gonna get it secure in there so it's not in our way as we're working along. Okay, so just go through. If you haven't done yours already, let's just get that tucked in there, and then it's out of the way. We don't have it in the way of our white. Okay, that's good enough for now. We'll get them a little better later if we need to. All right, let's join anywhere on this chain from the very beginning. So I kind of went in, as you saw on my other mitten, I went in a little deep on the chain, just so that it doesn't pull as much, I guess is the best way to put it. So because it's not a regular stitch, so I kind of just went in a little further, yarn over and pull through again for a slip stitch. Just see, because it's a chain, it was a foundation chain, so it's not like your regular stitches. But what we're going to do here is we want to go around our cuff, and we're going to single crochet all the way around all these chains. So there's one, just single crochets, two, you could just enter, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, and pull through again, enter, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through, two. There we go, I got it now. Single crochet, enter, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through, two. So what we're going to do is just going to go around this whole base here of our mitten, and this gets the white incorporated to the pink. It makes a nice transfer for what we're going to do to switch it up here, because we're kind of going to be working the other direction. And it's a little bit, if you look at the written notes on it, at first it might sound a little confusing. So this is great that we get to work together on this and we can see it as we're working on it. Or maybe you like to watch first and then do the work, whatever works for you. But I always feel like it's a little bit easier if you can see what you're doing and instead of reading. I don't know. Sometimes I read things and I'm like, what are you talking about? And then sometimes I write things for y'all in the directions, and I read it over and I'm trying to make sure it's clear for you. And sometimes I'm like, what? This doesn't even make sense to me. How are they going to get it? You have those days, you know. So I'm going back right where we joined, and I'm going to give that also a single crochet to make it even. And then join in that first stitch right there, right? With a slip stitch. Okay, so we have this beautiful edge. We are incorporated on our mitten. It looks good. We're okay, right? So here we go. This is the mitten cuff. I am going to chain 25. That was the length of my cuff that I had made. And I like the length. I'm going to measure it for you just to give you an idea so you know how long that cuff is, because I don't know that I've measured it myself. So this cuff is about 6 inches long, okay? And then when we fold it in half, that would be a 3-inch cuff. Does that help a little bit? Hope that helps. Okay, let's start right here. I'm going to chain 25. I'm going to yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over and pull through 2, and 3 and go all the way to 25. Here we go. Okay, that's 25 for me. So this is the cuff. This is the length that I have for it. If you want it longer or shorter, this is where you would adjust it, okay? Because what will happen is we are going to work this all the way around the mitten. I'm going to demonstrate for you and I'm going to set you free because this will take a little bit of time. You might need to just put on a good holiday show and enjoy it and have fun with a nice cup of tea because this will take a little bit of time. We're going to go up and down until we get all the way around the mitten. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So that was 25. We want a single crochet in our second chain from our hook. So here's our first. We're going to go in our second chain, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through, 2 for a single crochet, okay? And now we're going to single crochet in our remaining stitches. So we're going to have a total of 24 stitches because we skipped that end one, okay? So that's 2, this is 3, they're all single crochet, 4, 5, 6, keep going until you have 24. Okay, this next one right here, this is number 24 for me. That's my last single crochet. It will be curly at first. It will stop that. That's normal. It's okay. So if yours is all curled up, don't worry. Now we are going to do a slip stitch in the next 2 stitches. So here's our first one. Yarn over and pull through again for a slip stitch. Go into the next one. Yarn over and pull through again for a slip stitch. Beautiful. Okay, so this is, I would call this round 2 or part 2. I kind of broke it down into numbers just to make it a little bit easier for myself as I was doing this. So I'll write it out nice and easy for y'all, but we did our 2 slip stitches in the next loops, 2 loops there, and we're going to chain 1. Well, we can do it right here. We want chain 1, and we're kind of turning our work. So we're looking at this piece because this is what we're working on, and we're going to head back up to the top. Okay, so your top is over here. We want to work back up. So we turned our work. We were facing this way, and we've turned back toward this little cuff here. Okay, so I know it's a little weird, but it's all good. Don't worry. So we slip stitched in our 2 loops, and now we've chained 1, and we've turned our work. We have our stitches now. We're not in a chain. So we have nice stitches, but we want to work in the back loop of each of these stitches. So we know that these are our 2 joins here, our slip stitches that we did. So we want to make sure we're going into our first stitch. And if you want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, make sure you get 24 in there. I have 24, and this is my first stitch right here. Okay, don't get confused with the slip stitches. I'm going to go in the back loop right here. So if you can, I'm going to try and lift it up. You have your front loop of your stitch and your back loop. If you were looking at it on the side here, hopefully you can see that on your work. And this is where you're going to single crochet. And you're going to single crochet all the way up. Okay, but we're going to go in the back loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. And this, by single crocheting in your back loop like this, what this is going to do is it's going to make it raised. It's going to give it that ribbed look for you. But you just got to grab that back loop piece only. If you single crochet in the whole thing, the whole stitch, your work will be flat. So if you want flat, that's okay. Maybe you do. Just single crochet in the whole thing around then. But this will give a ribbing, so if you like the ribbing, we're going to do the back loop single crochet all the way up, just like this. You will have 24 stitches the whole way around doing your cuff. Okay, so I just want to make sure that everyone's on the same page here. That one looked funny, didn't it? Let's try that again. It looked like I got part of the front with it, didn't it? Just take your time. You're going to go all the way up to the top with your 24. It will not be curly after a while. I know at first it's that crazy curl, and it does drive you a little bit off the end there, huh? I know. Okay, so keep going with these single crochets till we get to the top, and I'll show you what to do from there. Here we go. Okay, I'm on my last one, and it's right here, and it does lay a little oddly, okay? So make sure you're getting the stitch for your single crochet, okay? And then chain one when you get to the top. Okay, so we were working this direction. We're gonna turn our work. Our mitten is on our left now. We've chained one, and now we're gonna work our way down, okay? So, but we're gonna work, we're gonna work in the back loop only, okay? Everybody with me? So back loop of the first stitch, single crochet. Back loop, single crochet. So the whole time it's back loop on this part of the ribbing here of the cuff, okay? So I want to make sure everybody's got that, and we just keep going all the way down to the base of our mitten there, our hot pink part, and then we will join again. So it's a back and forth of this, a back and forth. Do you see the ribbing now? How it sits so nice. I like it. I like it a lot. I hope you do. I think ribbing makes it look a little more dressed up, makes your project look a little more dressed up, but it's not hard. It's not hard. It's just, it's a lot of back and forth. But these are all nice single crochets, which is easy, right? So hopefully your mittens are coming out nice, and that you've got some ideas for them. Now, don't think you need to have plain mittens. You don't have to. You could put a little applique of something on the top of the mitten, maybe a snowflake. That would be cute, or somebody's initials. If you did the joy pillow, you saw how I had made the chain and wrote out the word joy on it. You could do that with, just tiny. You would need maybe crochet thread or DK yarn and a small hook, and you could do someone's initials on it. There's so many ideas you could do if you want to dress up the top of your mitten there. It's, things to think about. Maybe you want a couple little pom-poms added onto it or something, Just think about it. Think about different ideas to make them all unique. Okay, so my last one. So when you get down to that last single crochet, we already had joined in there with our slip stitch. So we go into the next one, join with a slip stitch. Go into the next one, join with a slip stitch. Chain one. Turn your work. Your mitten is now on the right hand side, and you're going to work back up, back loop only, single crochets. So it's not overly taxing, is it? It kind of makes sense, I think. I hope it's making sense for you. So you're going to just keep working along. Don't forget, at the very top of the cuff, you're chaining one, and down here you're chaining one. So everything sits nicely, and you don't have pulling on your work. Make sure that you always have 24 on here going up and down, and then you just join with that slip stitch twice on the base, okay? So I'm going to set you free with this to keep working on it until you get all the way around. When you get toward the end, I'm going to meet up with you next time when we're together here, and I'm going to show you how to join it all up, get it all secure on your work, and we will close up our thumb and our the tip there, the tip of the mitten itself. We'll get it all closed up, and we'll be done. So it'll be lovely. This is just going to take a little bit of time, so no big deal. This is what we're here for. We're here to crochet, right? Okay, so keep trucking along. Just double check your count. Don't lose track of your count. You don't want your cuff to be shorter in one section and taller in another section. That's the thing. So just keep track of that, and you'll be okay. You'll be okay. So this is the cuff. Keep going until you get all the way around toward the beginning here. We'll work that up together, and you'll be all set. I'll see you next time. Thank you, and have a joyful day.